Hi, I'm Dylan. This is the BC Sports Report, and I'm here with my dad.
What's up?
Nice to have you on the show.
Great to be on the show.
We're going to be picking 3 bowl games today. In the first bowl game, we're going to be picking Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl in San Francisco. Illinois, UCLA. Illinois had a great start to the season, 6-0, but then I kind of had some struggles towards the end of the season. UCLA, on the other hand, also they don't really deserve to be in a bowl game, but they made the Pac-12 championship. They're such an attractive pick. If you're in the Pac-12 championship, earned it because of a good Pac-12 record. It's in California. Both offenses sometimes struggle, but they do have good defenses. I actually think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think Illinois, because they definitely missed Michaela Shore, but they got a new head coach. Both teams are going to get new head coaches, but Illinois, but they can come back. They got A.J. Jenkins, a wide receiver. UCLA doesn't have that stuff. They can beat some good teams like Arizona State, Western Michigan, Northwestern, which are the 3 bowl games were the team. But and UCLA, they were just kept winning the Pac-12. I'm gonna go with Illinois 17-10. What about you?
What happened to Illinois this year? Why were they 6-0 and then why did they slide?
I don't know. It was poor core, but they're competing. They led Wisconsin 17-7 at halftime. They just didn't. But they can play with anyone. They can the half just isn't like. But they against Wisconsin though they could have beaten them. That was pretty much the turning point of the season.
All right. Well then,
who are you gonna pick?
In this game, Dylan, I'm picking UCLA, and I'll tell you why. Because I think Illinois I don't know, Dylan. After that game, I think you're right. They just fell off. So I'm gonna pick UCLA. I'm gonna pick a not so low scoring. I'm gonna pick 28-14.
Oh yeah, well UCLA, I just don't see them because there's been times they played terrible in certain games, but they did score 31 on Oregon, but Illinois has a better defense than USC. Okay, next game we're going to pick Chick-fil-A Bowl, Virginia, Auburn, New Year's Eve, last game before the New Year.
Great
Both
game.
these teams, Virginia, such a surprise team. Great turnaround by Mike London. His second year, after going 3-9 a few years ago, he's definitely had a turnaround, get this team back on track, back to a bowl game. They're playing the defending national champion, Auburn, and these teams and Virginia, they sometimes struggle on offense, but they can get big plays quickly. That's kind of how they've worked. They've gotten quite a few big plays, a lot, and that's how they've scored their touchdowns. Sometimes they can go 3-0 quite a bit, but then when they get their big plays, that's how they score their points. Their defense has played well. I know they lost 38-0 to Virginia Tech, but they're just not on their game. Auburn, they're pretty much built on defense because their offense, Kyle Frazier, he needs to get more playing time for Auburn because the other guys haven't really done much. Kyle Frazier might play in this game, but Virginia, they're going to be fired up as defending national champions, but since these teams have good defense, I'm going to say it's going to be a close game, but I'm going with the upset, Virginia, 19-17, a few interceptions by Auburn, that's how they can do it. They can get one big play, and all of a sudden it turns the game around, 19-17 Virginia. What about you?
Picking Virginia, Dylan. I'm picking Virginia 24-17. And your mom likes Chick-fil-A. She used to go there every morning to get those biscuits.
I know. But at Virginia, they're gonna be
coffee.
I know, but it's just Auburn's probably. But since Virginia, I just have to go with them because they're gonna be fired up, so excited to play. It's just Auburn. Sometimes they can, and they got their offense sometimes struggles. So I just gotta go with Virginia. Okay,
all right,
next game, Houston, Penn State. Oh yeah, well,
disappointing in a few different ways, right?
Well, Houston, just that one game. They're playing the Ticket City Bowl in Dallas. It's in the state of Texas. But Penn State, but I know Houston's gonna, I know Houston lost to Southern Miss big, but Southern Miss is a good team. But Penn State just hasn't, after Joe Paterno, they've just fallen off. But they lost to Wisconsin even bigger than Houston did to Southern Miss. They're losing momentum. I know they're 9-3. It's 9-3 against like a 12-0 regular season at Houston. But I mean, Penn State, they just have been inconsistent. I just don't see them winning. Too distracted. It's just so hard to win after Joe Paterno, and I mean, so they're not the same Penn State team. Probably wouldn't be 9-3 if Joe Paterno coached 0 games. Probably wouldn't be 9-3. Houston, too much firepower on offense. 38-24. What about you?
38-24 Houston. Well, Houston, they dropped so far after that loss.
But it was just one bad day. Plus, it was windy.
One bad day. But you know what, Dylan? In this game, I'm actually going to go, I guess, with a little bit of an upset. I'm taking Penn State, and I think it's going to be a pretty tough game. I'm going to call it 2014.
Why do you like? Because what about even without Joe Paterno?
You know, Dylan, that's just my pick.
Okay. Well, how can you hold Houston to 14 points? They're good. They're a good offense. Number 1 points. Now 50 points per game.
Yeah, but it's the Big Ten versus Conference USA. So
yeah. Okay. Well, nice having you on the show.
Great to be on the show, Dylan.
Okay. Well,
this was show number
8 out of 12. Well, this is Dylan's BC Sports Report.
See you on show number 9.
See you next time. Show number 9.